Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christina Keller. Had a wonderful time with Gene Ferrari, and we're just slipping through genres and generations. Today I have with me a really wonderful woman. You have worn so many hats in your life, and I just can't believe it, but Alana is the co-founder, along with your sister, Joos, with the Real Awards and the Tribute Artist Convention, which has been rocking Fremont Street and the Golden Nugget the past week. I was actually, Monday night, I saw Boy George perform.
You did, yeah.
And watched Sharon handle Ozzy. Boy, you girl, you know how to handle him. Even though he mumbles, it's really amazing how quick she is with the ad-libs. And that was a flawless, seamless rendition that you did.
Thank you so much.
It was really good.
I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh gosh, we love Boy George. So back to you, Alana. I mean, when I was reading about you and when I finally got to meet you, let me look. You've been you're a drummer, a DJ, music instructor, and of course a co-producer. So is the Real Awards kind of like you putting all of that energy and talent into one place, or?
No, not really. I think I kind of describe myself as a multi-potentialite, and that's somebody that actually, you know, when you see things or see opportunities, you just develop them. And my sister and I actually, and I have to give her credit before we go too far into this, because I want to make sure that we recognize Jana.
Absolutely.
She's my sister, and she joined me in the business back, oh gosh, I can't even remember, it's been so long, but in the 80s, and we've collaborated together on many things, and she puts most of the legwork into developing this event.
There's a lot of work. I've seen it.
The Real Awards, and I'm off tripping around doing all my other things with my many different hats. But we both grew up on a farm in North Dakota, so it's a very kind of rare situation where you have people that are born and raised in the country on the farm, and then they end up moving out to Los Angeles and get embedded in the entertainment industry.
Not gobbled up either. You got embedded. You didn't get destroyed by it, so that's a
no,
high five
I
to
stayed
you.
away from the dangerous things.
Oh, good.
You know.
I didn't.
But you're from the UK, so that could be both of you. Yeah, that could be. But you and your sister really just took this whole thing. I mean, the work is incredible, and there's a community here. I felt so privileged the other night, actually, to go in the show. How all of you, everybody knows each other, and you care about each other. And some of you have performed together all over the world for years together. So, yeah, you've really done a remarkable thing. Is this like just because you have so many talents that?
Right. You know, basically, myself personally, in fact, Jana and I both majored in music in college. Mm-hmm. She taught for a while, and I went on and moved to California, and I was a drummer on the road. I played with Jerry Van Dyke, Dick Van Dyke's brother, on tour, and ended up at Harrah's in Reno and Lake Tahoe when I was about 22.
Nice.
And I remember sitting in a hotel room going, okay, the gig just ended, they're going back east, and I'm now in Reno, a long ways away from the farm.
Back in the day.
And let's see, do I go back home and live on the farm, or do I keep pursuing my drumming career? So I drove my car into Hollywood, you know, as a single woman in the mid 70s, and drummed up some work, you know, as you would say, and got a gig playing with a funk band. So, you know, I've kind of done everything, and then I have a master's degree in music, and I am a professional percussionist. And right now, what my big love and passion is playing percussion for musical theater and opera, and I'm also the president of the Symphony in Temecula, California.
Girl, where do you get the time and energy? It's just amazing.
Well, that's why I have bags.
Oh, well, yeah, we all will with that. Speaking of which, and because you are so much, I mean, and when you look at your family, of which there are many of you, but I mean, everybody is, so we'll talk, we're going to, in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more with you two. Yeah. But if you personally could be a tribute artist,
I had a hunch you might ask me that question. You know, and I've really kind of thought about it because people have asked me before, and you know, I guess I'm so much a unique individual myself. I can't really visualize myself as someone else, but I would love to be 24 again. I mean, but you know, my favorite actress is Meryl Streep, and then of course I love the nanny. I just can't get over her voice, you know, and Roseanne Barr. Those are my favorites, but there's no way way I would ever really look like any
She
of
has a
them.
Meryl Streep look, though.
Oh, no.
Yes, you do.
Oh, very chiseled face, and my cheek was. Oh, yeah,
Tan, you
definitely.
just
I
do.
think, who do you think?
I think you'd make you could do Dusty Springfield.
Do you know, I was just
Yeah, was you
thinking
gonna
of
say it?
Dusty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
Dusty.
Son of a preacher man.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
she's
that
fabulous.
song.
Oh, I love her.
When
Yes.
I was in my rock bands, I loved singing Christine McVie. She was kind of my idol
Another
from
good
Fleetwood
one.
Mac. You know,
Oh,
but
yes, I
good
love
one.
at this
Fleetwood.
point, I think I'm stuck probably doing Roseanne Barr double or something.
Hey, we're only as old as we feel, right? That's
I'm
what I
still
tell
rocking.
myself. I can tell you still are.
I am.
And again, when you see how many attendees did you have this year? The place was packed. Fremont Street was. I
fabulous.
ran into everybody: Hugh Hefner, Sean Connery, Lady Gaga. We had Marcel and Christina on here last week. They were just absolute delights. So, how do you keep everybody straight?
Well, we have, we have our website, and then we promote throughout the year. And sometimes people cannot come every year; they're busy working. So, I believe this is the first time you've come.
It's
to the
my
Real
first
Awards,
time
right?
to the awards ceremony. Yeah,
Kidding.
Yeah.
Did you come
And-
expressly for that, or
I did. Well, I was lucky enough to work with a fantastic act that I saw in Legends in Concert years ago when I came here on holiday, and her name's Sherry Ray, and she does Bette Midler.
Sherry Ray Parker.
And last year we did a gig together in England, and she said, "Why don't you come to America?" I said, "I don't know any contact." She said, "Okay, I'm going to put you in contact with someone." Within 24 hours, she put me in contact with these guys. Within 36 hours, I was booked to come. She booked the flights, changed because I was going to vacation in Mexico, and it just fitted in. And so I changed the flights, and here I was, and I just really wanted to be part of it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You have a talent agency where people can like you, if they can contact
Yeah.
you, and then
Right,
you
right.
probably did a demo or something. Do you do? How do you?
No, I just asked them, the information. They sent me out the pack, and I said, right, I'm coming, and then you fill in the form and you register, and here we are.
Amazing.
Well, it's a show. It's an awards show for celebrity impersonators and tribute artists, and then we have a convention in conjunction with that.
Right.
But you were kind of asking how we. Did you want me to tell you how we came up with the idea?
Yes. I
Okay.
think that'd be,
Well, I started my entertainment business back in 1978, and I did not deal with celebrity impersonators at all. There was another company at that time that was doing it, and so I would always have to kind of go through him to get to people. But as time went on, there was a celebrity impersonator that I will give credit to, is Nancy Casey. She was doing a Liz Taylor, a fantastic Liz Taylor, and she came up to us one day with a roster of celebrity impersonators and said, you really need to have these people on your roster. And she said, and nobody does anything to recognize these talented individuals. And my sister and I can remember, we were standing in the hallway of our office and talking to her. We looked at the list, and she said, you need to do something for these people. They're extremely talented. And we said, oh, let's do an awards show or something like that. And so we started joking around, because Coke uses the logo, the real thing or whatever.
Yes.
And so I
real awards.
thought, you know what? Instead of real, it's real,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's REEL instead of REAL, and so we called it the Real Awards, and we started in
Brilliant.
1992 at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel,
oh wow.
which incidentally was the home of the first Academy Awards.
Oh, that is amazing.
Just
Was
coming
that
through.
planned, or is
We
that
planned
another
it that way, yes.
serendipitous thing?
No, we
that,
planned it that way.
Oh,
and
that
then-
is really good. And I've been having my little play on words about the real show, but that's real REAL
Mm-hmm.
talent. Just because you're impersonating someone, I mean, again, like both of you the other night, it's like, and especially from a distance, and you could really believe
Mm-hmm.
that you are actually watching. I want a question I want to ask. Time is flying, but we'll be back, so don't go away. We have another segment after this, but there's a bond that holds this whole community together, because I got that total vibe
Yes.
when I was down there the other
Yes.
night, and it was an interesting experience because you're getting the energy of the true star, but they don't have what you guys have, which is a community, because they're isolated, don't you think, in a way? But
Well,
we could talk about.
That's why I came back this year, because 4 years ago, I made a fabulous family connection. They were so gorgeous to me because I was from UK, obviously, with a Simon Cowell lookalike, and we came over and as Simon and Sharon and hosted the show, and it was brilliant, and we loved it. And they were so generous to us. So yes, we became Facebook friends with everybody, and
here we go.
History, and here I am again.
We'll be right back. We just kind of ran out of time there for a minute, but don't go away because we're going to finish that thought and talk about a couple more things. So be right back.